tough is it at this point in training camp to kind of manufacture that juice or that energy to come out here and keep stacking positive days, especially when you're missing some of your guys that generally bring that, Tariq Cohen, Josh Woods, King Hicks?
You say how hard is it?
Yeah, to just kind of keep finding ways to bring that juice and stacking good days at this point in training camp.
I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard when you love the game. You know what I mean? And you want to come out and get better every day. That's just a reminder to the guys and on the defensive side of the ball that if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And so just taking advantage of the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? It's another day to get better.
You have 3.5 weeks till your first game. Does it feel like the dog days of camp at all for you?
Say that again.
Does it feel like the dog days of camp? You got 3.5 weeks until you play a game.
I want to say that you say the dog days of
Dog
camp.
days.
Okay. Oh yeah. I mean, definitely there's some tough days. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it builds character. You know what I mean? Going through these times and fighting through these days and getting positive outcomes is it shows you what kind of team you got. And just looking forward to getting better. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this team is. We got to do. You know what I'm saying? We got to get better in order to get to where we want to go.
Khalil, you played for several different coordinators in your career here and with the Raiders. What do you look for in a coordinator to have full trust in them on game day?
Just understanding of the defense and knowing that everything, you know what I'm saying, is going to correlate as far as terminology, as far as what's built into the defense. And you see that with Sean, and it's going to be fun, man. I can already tell it's going to be fun.
How do you describe what it was like in 18 when you guys were clicking on all cylinders and best defense in the league and it just felt like everything was synergy?
Same thing, man. Vic had an understanding of not only his defense, but the players, you know what I'm saying, and put us in position to play at our strengths. And this is something that Sean is displaying as well, putting every player on the field at their best, in the best possible situations in order to shine and make plays, in order to get turnovers and feed the offense.
Sean seems like a quiet, reserved guy when you talk to him.
Yeah.
But obviously he's not. You see him on the field, and he's excitable. And when was the first time that you saw him kind of break out of that shell? Were you kind of surprised when you saw that?
Yeah, I mean, Sean he's a different guy in general, but ultimately he's a very personable guy when you talk to him, and that's how we had so many conversations, just walking through the halls and just talking and getting an understanding of each other furthermore than anything, you know what I'm saying? And so when you say quiet and shy, I don't get quiet and shy from him, but I definitely get, like, you know what I'm saying, a very serious guy when it comes to doing what he loves to do, and yeah, that's what I get from Sean.
Khalil, what is one thing that he's different than any other coordinator you've had?
You say what's one thing with Sean that's different?
One or two things that's different about him.
I would say Sean got a little more of a geeky side than any coordinator I've been around, you know what I'm saying? He definitely, like, his mind is like fucking always going. And shit. So it's definitely fun to see. It's definitely fun to see, definitely different from that standpoint. But he's a cool dude, but he definitely got the geeky side to him.
When you say that you can tell it's going to be fun playing in his defense, what does that mean for you? Does that mean more chances to sack the quarterback, or what does fun mean to you?
I mean, definitely getting to the quarterback and being able to change the game and get turnovers. And, yeah, that's fun. That's fun to me. I don't know who that would be fun to, but definitely getting to the quarterback, get more opportunities to do that.
Well, on the topic of fun, we haven't talked to you since the takeaway bucket became a thing. You got anything lined up for that? How do you feel about the bucket?
Oh, the bucket, yeah, man. Another way to motivate us and roll that thing out there and dunk the ball or whatever you're going to do. But it's just another, like, one of those things that, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't think about that he would, and making the most of it.
You have to think of things you're going to do if you get one? You know,
Nah, I mean, you can't do too much, you know what I'm saying? Just keep it, you know what I mean? Keep it real simple. Yeah.
What has this experience been like for you, having Ladarius here the last year? How much are you able to treat him like a teammate, and how often do you feel like you got to be the big brother?
Oh, man, that's a good question. I never really thought about it like that. I feel like I'm always the big brother when it comes to being out there, especially with him, coaching them through things, even in the off season. So it's like a continuation of that when we on the field. It's just having fun, doing what we love to do, but also understanding that it's a job that we have to do at a high level, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure you do it at that high level, and I need you to make sure I keep playing at that high level as well. So show me and tell me what I'm doing wrong as well.
What have your impressions been of Travis Gibson so far? And do you notice differences in him from where he was a year ago to now?
Absolutely, absolutely. Travis has grown tremendously as far as, I mean, just fundamental things, playing around a little more physical, definitely getting off the ball and playing the pass. And he's doing the small things very well. But it's up to him to take that next leap. And we're looking forward to seeing him growing even more, you know what I'm saying, than where he's at right now.
What do you think of Justin Fields on Saturday?
Oh man, that was an excellent showing of his talents. You know what I mean? But it's only one step in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? And looking forward to seeing more out of him.
You might be one of the few guys in the locker room who is familiar with what it's like to have the attention of so many.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And have you talked to him about that? I mean, there are a lot of number 1 jerseys in the stands, and he's a young guy. Have you talked about kind of dealing with fame or?
I really haven't had those conversations with him, more so than just, you know what I mean, off the field type of stuff. But I feel like he's a very mature young man, you know what I'm saying? He can handle it. You can kind of tell it doesn't get to him, if that makes sense. Because I've been around him and heard people calling for him. And, you know what I'm saying? You kind of could tell that he's a humble guy and don't really let none of that kind of get to his head.
What anything did you say last week to Adam Shaheen after you kind of body slammed him in that one-on-one drill?
You say what kind of things?
Last week in that one-on-one pass person drill, you took exception. You slammed him.
I don't even.
Say to him.
Oh, I don't even remember, man. I can't even recall. But
With Jalen Johnson.
yeah, I like, you know what I mean. I like to have fun, and that's my version of fun. That's my version of fun, man. We was just enjoying the times, and yeah, that's in the past now. So it is what it is.
How much do you appreciate having Eddie Goldman back in the front line to help?
Oh man, I love that dude, man. I love Eddie G, man. That dude there, he does everything you need him to do. Rush the passer, play the run, take on double teams, and he does it very, very, very effectively. And just knowing the type of person Eddie is, he does it and don't even care about, you know what I'm saying? He don't even care about all the extra things that come with it. And that's the type of guys I love playing with.
Brandon Staley's going to get a crack at being a head coach, and he was one of the first guys that was with you.
Yeah.
What do you remember about the early days with Brandon, and what left an impression on you about where he was headed?
Man, I can already tell because Coach Staley, man, he was a very serious guy. You know what I'm saying? When we locked in on football, it was all ball, and I could kind of tell he had that head coach persona, and it didn't surprise me at all that he went on to get a D coordinator position and then now a head coaching job. And I know he's going to do very well because of the type of person he is and the type of coach he is as well.
What told you that he had a head coaching persona?
Just the way he carried himself, you know what I'm saying? I could tell when I first stepped in the building and met him and how he caught me up in the defense so fast, you know what I mean? And it was like an overtime position for him because not only was I in the meetings with just the linebackers, but I had to wait and stay with him afterwards, and we chopped through the playbook pretty quick. I think I had like 4 days to learn it. Yeah.
Robert Quinn on Saturday made a couple big plays, and then Matt Nagy has praised his play early on in camp. From your perspective, opposite him, does he look like a different guy this year from last year?
I mean, I wouldn't say a different guy because Rob is the same guy every day, especially when it comes to his work ethic. He's a hard worker, and he's rolling. He's rolling on that edge every day. But from the standpoint of his body and him being healthier this year, absolutely. Absolutely, I could tell.
When you see fans outside,
Yeah.
what'd you say?
You say who?
When you see fans outside, well, maybe you don't notice that, but there are a lot of fans outside with either the number 1 jersey or the number 52 jersey. Does that ever lose its luster for you, or has it lost its luster to see, young kids wearing your name on their back?
It's an honor. It's an honor. I'm honored every time I see it. It's definitely an honor and a privilege, and it's so humbling. You know what I mean? To know that somebody appreciates me and what I do out on the field enough to go and buy that jersey and very thankful.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Questions for Deshaun?
Sean, you had 2 days now with Eddie Jackson. Are you guys picking up where you left off on the back end?
Oh, absolutely. I think this just kind of, that year playing with somebody, just that familiar face back there. You just have just an understanding, the skies, pre-snap, just ball, just life. And obviously, locking next to him for a whole year and being able to just understand him as a person. You get to know him even more as a player this year. So I think that, it's not like we missed a beat. We sit next to each other in the meeting room. We locking next to each other. So we always talking ball, even when we both was out. So now just like we picking up where we left off, man. And, he got a fire up under him, man. And I'm excited to be back there playing with him. And I've said it time and time again, man. I think he's one of the best safeties in the league, most athletic. And he got a really bright mind. So this year going to be an exciting year, man. I'm excited to pair up with him for another year, man, and go from there.
Tayshaun, you were one of the people who was happiest for Sean to be promoted to defensive coordinator. Now that you've played under it a little bit, has it lived up to your expectations? Has there been one moment where you say, oh, yeah, this is exactly what I was waiting for?
Man, yeah. Y'all seen practice today. Y'all see what the defense did, right? Yeah. But, those are the type of things that make you excited when you see a guy like Sean. Like I said, man, he's a bright mind, but everybody's making plays. You see linebackers dropping, making plays, and that's without DT and Rowe. That's a huge boost to the defense. D-line making plays in the run game. When you have a good running back like Demo who gets stuffed at the line time and time again, that's a testament to the defensive line. DBs from our 1s, 2s, and 3s, he's just putting everybody in position, man. And like I told you guys last time, that's the beautiful part about it. Like, somebody's going to be up. Who, when, where, nobody knows, but somebody's going to be up, and everybody's going to have an opportunity to make plays. And, that's the beautiful part about playing in the defense. When you have guys that can make plays on every level, you get a guy like Sean behind the helm, man, it's going to be pretty scary. So, no wild predictions, man. It's just going to be an exciting, fun year, though, for defense.
Make a wild prediction.
Nah, y'all ain't going to bait me in this, man. I'm trying to be cool, man. I ain't going to do that.
Let's see if this works. You've played a lot of football. You've seen a lot of preseason games. Most of them don't mean much. When you see Justin Fields do what he did on Saturday, what does that mean to you?
The thing about it is, some people when the lights come on, it's not a quick whistle, so you can't say he sacked. He's shown that, some of these quick whistles that we say he sacked, maybe he might not have been sacked in practice, right? Some people are just gamers, man, and I was excited to see that, man. Obviously, from the time he stepped on the field, the crowd went crazy. That atmosphere, man, you can imagine it being packed out. It's just exciting to see, man. He's an exciting player. I mean, that's why they drafted him. That's why they traded up to go get him, man. I mean, you can't say enough good things about him. He's a humble kid. He just go about his day, and I can respect that. He don't do too much, man. He understands the assignment. He understands what he's here for, man. And I don't think that a moment is too big for him. He played a lot of big-time college football, big-time games, did a lot of big-time things. So it was just another day. I seen a lot of people made a lot of static about some of his comments, man. But at the end of the day, when you gifted like that, man, that's just it's God-given. So, I'm rocking with him. Obviously, man, that quarterback room is a pretty good room, man. Andy Dalton don't get enough credit. I think Andy Dalton has been had a super fine camp, man, and obviously I've been of seeing it close, and it's a good problem to have when you have two quarterbacks that you're super comfortable with going and playing in a game on Sundays, man. And it's not often that you can have that, especially personally speaking. So it's a beautiful thing to have.
How have you seen him handle the attention?
I can't say that, I pay, behind the scenes, a lot of the times offense is with offense, defense was defense. So it's only, here and there. So I couldn't really tell you how he is with the offense. But, from my times around him, man, like I say, man, even kill guy, he never, I don't even see the kid smile that much, man. Like, he about business, man, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a testament to the type of person he is. So like I say, I don't think the moments has been too big for him, man, and he's been going out there executing his assignment and doing what they need him to do, as we seen Saturday.
We often talk about like turnovers coming in bunches. Yesterday, Jalen made 2 really, really good plays on the ball. And then today, everybody's kind of flying around, getting their hands on the ball. What is it about it that makes it contagious? Is everybody just a little bit more on edge to kind of actually jump those routes? What is it that makes turnovers actually contagious?
You know, in this business, man, everybody wants to be the guy. So you see this guy making these plays, man, it heightens the intensity up for the guy playing next to him. And if you see, for example, our secondary, you see Jalen make this play. Eddie felt like, now I can make a play. You know, he get the thing going, man. That's what make these things contagious. That's what make good defenses thrive like that. You see yesterday, Jalen, and I don't think he get enough credit, man. I believe in the next year or two, man, he'll be looked at as a top 5 cornerback. And that's probably a soundbite that I'm willing to put out there because I've seen the growth in his game. He really don't have many flaws to his game, man. He dealt with injuries, shoulder injuries, man, which a lot of people who don't play the game don't really realize. Playing defensive back, man, those things is pretty vital, man. So he seemed healthy, man. He looked good. He in great shape. So you know, a guy like that, man, leading the charge, man, is just it's perfect. So we seeing that, we feed off that type of stuff, man. He's looked at as a leader in his secondary, honestly. So
Can continuity kind of add to that? Once you get a certain group of guys working together, you kind of trust what's happening behind you, what's happening next to you, gives you a little bit more freedom to jump those routes?
yeah, absolutely. You know him a lot. You know, you think about. I know how he's gonna play his assignment and his technique. That's from being around him for a whole year, seeing what he likes and what he likes to do. And same way with me and Eddie. Eddie knows certain ways how I like to play certain things, certain coverages, and vice versa. So it just understood. Sometimes Eddie won't even communicate. He'll let a route go because he know that he know that he can count on me picking up that route. Maybe he can go shove and help Jalen on the end breaking route, make a play that we used to seeing him make. You know, things like that. It's just that continuity, playing with people and understanding the assignments and also understanding who you're playing with. And I think that's going to be a huge factor this year, man, being able to play with guys like that and have that year up under our belt, man. People don't really realize that's a huge part in the game of football. You know, it's a brotherhood, man. You got to trust this guy next to you. And you play with those guys every Sunday, day in, day out. You learn their patterns, their routine. So going from there, man, that's just going to help us take that extra stride that we need, man, and get this thing rolling like we all expect to.
Sean, you talk about the depth, but with all the starters that you've been missing throughout camp, you never really had the whole 11 or 12 starters together. Is there a certain eagerness you feel to get that group together and see what you can do, you know, even without making wild predictions?
Yeah. I think that's always because, you know, I can sit here and talk about the continuity and all of that, but until we all out there collectively as one, you know, it's just above the shoulders. It's just mentally, which is 80% of the game. That's what I've been taught, man, 80% mental, 20% physical. So, but that physical part is still an important component, man. So getting us all out there, man, it felt real good. It felt real good to have the full defense out there, missing Roe and Danny, obviously. But, you know, it's part of the game. You know, injuries happen. But if you can have 80% of your defense and 90% of your defense out there full go, I think that's huge, man. And we're going to continue to just tailor this thing, man. And as we get full tilt and everybody's back, that's when you begin to kind of, you know, shape everything the way that you need to. Like I say, man, the season's right around the corner, but we still do have time. It's not like it's next week. So those guys get healthy, man, and we just continue to gel like we should, man. It's going to be an exciting time this year, I promise.
At that point, at this stage, regular season's just around the corner, but there is still time. What have you learned over the course of your career about this stretch in late August, about pacing yourself, getting the most out of it, and just trying to find that right rhythm?
You know, I think the biggest thing is just making sure that you getting your mind in game time, game shape. You know, the physical part is here. We through the dog days of training camps, guys' bodies. You know, some of the young rookie guys feel like they 10-year vets like myself. Their bodies breaking down, man. I warned them though; they didn't listen to me. But you know, the dog days are done, man. So now you got to start shaping your mind mentally to prepare for a regular season game. The atmosphere is completely different. You can go against your teammates all day, but when you got another jersey, a line across from them, you know, there's no brotherhood there. You know, certain things that against our offense you just won't do. It's a brotherhood there. We need those guys on Sunday, but when you got a different color in front of you, it's a dog-eat-dog world. So I think that you got to start shaping your mind and kind of getting yourself in game time shape from a mental standpoint. You know, the things, your routines, and everything that leads up into a proper game week. And I think we're approaching that time where guys need to shift them from, you know, the training camp mindset. You know, specifically, certainly after this game, you kind of start shaping and start understanding the task that's at hand. And I think that that's probably the biggest hurdle, that adjustment that guys need to do, because the physical part is done. You do the physical part. These are the hardest days of training camp. You know, the first 3 weeks now. You start getting ready. The most healthiest team will win, man. It's about being healthy week one and mentally prepared for what's about to take place.
Just talk to Khalil. How would you describe the intensity just even in the dog days a week or two ago.
Oh, it's crazy.
Ranks?
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. I mean, like you see guys getting after it, and that's what you want to see. Obviously, last year was my first year here, and I'm not big on comparing squads to squads, man. But just the intensity, that's something that you know that we can control as a team, as an organization, man. The intensity has been completely different this year, man. From the multiple live reps, those are things that you know as a vet you do not want to hear that, man. Like live reps, like you know. But, you know, that's the type of mindset that you got to go in there. You got to have, man. And we had multiple days of that, man, just testing our will, testing intensity at practice, man. And you got to love that, man. And I think that everybody appreciate that, man, get us ready.
Khalil Mack in particular, he seems like he brings it every day.
Oh, man, that's Mac. Come on now, man. I think he only know one speed, man. And that's what make him great. That's why playing with a guy like that, man, is just you can never really take advantage of playing with great players like that. You know, not everybody had the luxury of playing with people like that, man. And just a humble dude. He one of the guys, man. You know, he for sure Hall of Famer. But, you know, he one of the guys, man, and that's the beautiful thing. He practiced like he a rookie. Like, you know, it's year one or year two for him. And that's a testament to the type of person he is, type of leader he is, type of player he is, man, and that's why the defense feed off him. So, you know, if Mac can go 100%, why can't nobody else on the defense? And that's just the biggest thing. So you have a guy like that that's going to go hard, man, every down, every play. Who is anybody else on the defense to take a play off, man? It don't work that way. Not in the NFL. So having guys like that, man, to get us ready, man, and we feed off of him, we go from there.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
next to Eddie Goldman now that you guys have gotten to play a little bit together?
Oh, man, it's been awesome, man. The guy's a playmaker, big, strong dude. Can't wait to get out there into the regular season with him, man. I'm enjoying it.
Angelo, back in the spring, what attracted you to this opportunity and this team?
Just the guys. I mean, I heard nothing but good things about the organization. And it was just a chance for a new opportunity, and that's all that I was looking forward to. And that's what stood out.
What's your hope within Sean's defense of what you can bring to this puzzle?
I mean, the biggest thing for me is just being a consistent guy, you know, getting in, getting the playbook down, and playing with effort, playing relentlessly, and making the plays that I'm supposed to make, being a good teammate. That's it.
Angelo, what clicked for you last year production-wise to see kind of your numbers go up?
Just super motivated. Just wanted to prove myself, wanted to be a guy, and wanted to stand out. Just playing with relentless effort was the biggest thing for me. Going out there and playing as many reps I can play and as fast as I can play.
What have you noticed about Khalil Mack's intensity with Tuesday and training?
Oh, it's perfect, man. The guy is a beast. Watching him go out and practice and perform, it's definitely, it wears off on you, and it lets you know how you need to work. So that's just been the biggest thing for me, is going out, watching him, and trying to bring the same intensity.
Did you know what to expect? Had you met him before, or did you know him at all when you got here?
I didn't. So I mean, it was perfect. Couldn't wait to get in and meet all the guys and fit in. That's it.
What's it like getting into a position room with guys, with Akeem Bilal and Eddie, who played together for a lot of years? How does that work, kind of getting in with those guys?
I mean, it's just it's football. We all do the same thing. We all, come together for the same goal. So it's perfect. And knowing a couple of the guys, just getting in and fitting in and figuring out the guys and learning the guys and, bringing what I bring to the table. That's it.
Joining this defense, what's the vibe that you sense amongst the group as a whole?
I mean, the guys are everybody loves the game. Everybody is playing with effort. Everybody is motivated. That's the biggest thing. Defense is the biggest thing. We're gonna bring it, man. That's the biggest thing.
What have been your impressions of Coach Rumpf so far?
I can hear you.
Coach Rumpf, what's been your impressions of him so far?
Oh man, it's been awesome, man. He's a teacher of the game. He loves the game, and takes his time to show us exactly where we need to be, how we need to operate, technique, and that's what you want from a coach. And he teaches it in any language you need to learn it in. So we love him.
I think in one of the first live practices, you had a couple safeties. How many did you have that day with you?
I'm not even sure. I mean, maybe 2. I'm not. Just effort. That's it, man. I'm getting out here, man. I'm playing my hardest, learning defense, and playing with extreme effort.
The way the front seven just feeds off each other. Tashawn Gibson was in here earlier. He talked about the way you guys played today specifically.
Definitely. I mean, it trickles down the line and all the way to the back. Guys are out there playing hard. We see what we can do, and we're feeling it. And the object is to keep it going, and maintain it throughout the whole season.
How much Kyler Murray is there in Justin Fields?
Oh man, the guy can move, the guy can run, and I'm just I can't wait to see him. When things starting to count, him getting out there and making those big plays, and leading the team. Like, can't wait.
What did you sense on Saturday, just in his sort of first NFL game action, and seeing it from your vantage point on what it felt like?
I mean, just the patience, just him, understanding the game, and that's what you want from a guy, man. He goes out, makes smart decisions, and he's young. He's gonna mess up, and we all know that, and we're gonna be behind him as a team.
Did you notice when Akeem Hicks left the field today, and if so, what did you think?
I can hear you.
Did you notice when Akeem Hicks left the field today, and if so, what did you think?
I have no idea. I mean, no idea. I'm just out there, practicing. I'm not sure what happened.
I'm sorry, Angelo, did you have any reservations about Sean Desai as an unproven or first-year coordinator when you decided to join this defense? And what have you seen so far from him? I know you haven't played a game yet, but what are your impressions so far?
Just loving his aggressive style, and what you want from a coach is him, to be able to teach you and let you put you in positions to make plays, and that's the biggest thing. If we're going to be aggressive, let's be aggressive. Let's go after it.
He has a reputation as being a good teacher, and you just said that. What is it about him that makes him a good teacher?
I mean, just he understands the game, and he, when a coach can put it in a language that everybody can learn, that's what you want. So, he slows it down. He lets you know where you need to be. He gives you,
you know, all the options, and, you know, he's patient, so that's what you want.
How far along are you in that learning? Are you feeling more and more comfortable, or you still got a ways to go before you really feel comfortable in that playbook?
I mean, we pretty much got the whole defense in, and, you know, as a D lineman, it's a little bit easier than everybody else. We got a lot less on our plate, so just learning it, getting comfortable, and playing it. That's it.
Thanks, man.